What can Liquidspeech do?
Before I answer, let me tell you that by touching the center of your screen, you can show and hide what looks like a television remote control that you can use to pause and resume presentations whenever you feel like it. So, in answer to your question, you can use the Liquidspeech software to create and preview screenplays.
Can you give me a brief overview of how to use this software? Just tell me the basics. What are the major components?
There are 4 main parts: a theater, where your screenplays are performed; a library, where they are stored; a help area; and also, a settings area. The settings area includes screens you can use to reset sample content and configurable parameters to the factory default state.
So tell me, how can I create a new screenplay?
Just create an ordinary text file that includes dialogue and commands to specify who should say what when the screenplay is performed. You can create such files using the Liquidspeech library and built-in text editor.
How do I create a new text file?
Just click the button that looks like a piece of paper with the corner bent in the toolbar at the top of the Liquidspeech library screen.
How do I edit that new text file?
Just tap your finger twice on its name to open it, then click the edit button, type what you want your characters to say, and press the save button.
How do I include more than one voice in my screenplay?
All you have to do is use several different set voice commands.
So, in order to use Liquidspeech, I have to memorize commands?
Fortunately, you don't need to do that. You can touch the icon in the upper right-hand corner of the text editor that looks like a keyboard in order to toggle between the standard alphanumeric keyboard and a custom keyboard you can use to insert Liquidspeech commands into the text you are editing. The set voice command determines which voice is used to read subsequent text out loud.
Can you give me some examples of other Liquidspeech commands?
Sure. You can use the play soundtrack command to play an audio clip. You can use the show image command to display an image. You can highlight a portion of a displayed image using the frame region or highlight region commands. Different opacities, shapes and colors are available. And you can use the insert text command to display text. You can incorporate any of the commands I just mentioned into any Liquidspeech screenplay by typing them yourself, or as I described before, by touching icons on our custom keyboard.
Does Liquidspeech contain any foreign language support?
Yes, in any screenplay, you can include multiple text fragments that have each been written in a different language. And when your screenplay is performed, those foreign language text fragments will be correctly pronounced if your screenplay assigned the task of reading them to appropriate foreign language voices.
您好，有一个美好的一天，谢谢。
Saludos. Que tengas un grandioso día. Gracias.
Very good. Can you tell me more about the theater? What can I do with those icons on the translucent remote control?
In order to pause a presentation, touch the stop icon on the remote control once, and to resume from where you left off, touch the play icon.
How do I stop background video and audio?
Just touch the stop icon twice.
Why would you want to pause a presentation, but leave the background video running?
To block out distractions and maintain a pleasant atmosphere.
Does Liquidspeech expect any kind of relationship between background video or audio and the subject matter that characters are discussing?
No, the goal is to save space by using the same background media files with many different, completely unrelated presentations.
Is there a way to adjust the relative volumes of the speaking voices and background sounds?
Yes, there are several. For example, you can include a volume parameter in each set voice command. Also, the default volume of each voice can be individually specified in the settings area.
What can I do with the other icons on the translucent remote control?
You can ask that what has already been presented to you be restated using different words by touching the rephrase icon. You can ask for an increase in the level of detail that is presented to you by touching the down arrow. You can ask to have the level of detail reduced by touching the up arrow. You can ask to have the information density increased by touching the rabbit icon. And you can ask to have the information density reduced by touching the turtle icon. Each time you do this, the player will pause, and you will need to touch the play icon on the remote control in order to continue.
Can you tell me more about the library? What are all those icons for, at the top of the screen?
The toolbar, across the top of the Liquidspeech library screen contains a down arrow, for jumping into folders, an up arrow, for jumping back out, a right arrow, for playing media, a document icon, for creating new files and folders, a camera icon, for importing photographs from the camera roll, a rename icon, for renaming files and folders, an envelope icon, for emailing your screenplays, and a scissors icon, for cutting, copying, and pasting files and folders.
Is there a trash can?
There is no trash can. In order to avoid accidentally losing material when moving files or folders, I prefer to first perform a copy operation, then a paste, and save cutting the original for last. There are several ways to back up the content of your Liquidspeech library, and it is a good idea to use them regularly. By far the most convenient is to click on the envelope icon in the library toolbar and email to yourself a copy of whatever file you edit or create.
Good enough. Thanks for the information. At this point, I think I can learn whatever else I might want to know about the Liquidspeech product through experimentation and by examining the sample content.